Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello to all of my friends and to the honorable lecturer, Sir Welly Ardiansyah. Today, I'm Vani Anastasia from 5PD class would like to do a presentation about tools of data collection. So, let's get started. There are three major techniques for collecting data in our research. First is questionnaires, second interviews, and third observation. This time, I would like to talk more about those three major techniques for collecting data. Start from the definition, and then the types, and how those three major techniques data works in our research. First, questionnaires. What is questionnaires? A questionnaire is a research instrument consisting of a series of questions for the purpose of gathering information from respondents. Questionnaires can be thought of as a kind of written interview. They can be carried out face-to-face, by telephone, computer, or post. So the questionnaire is a questionnaire that we offer to our respondent. And the way can be face-to-face or by telephone, computer, or post, and also can be written in the link like that. Next, how does questionnaire works? Questionnaires can be an effective means of measuring the behavior, attitudes, preference, opinions, and intention of relatively large numbers of subjects more cheaply and quickly than other methods. Next, so those are types of questionnaires that divided into two. First is closed question, and second is open question. For closed question structure, they answer by only allowing responses which fit into pre-decided categories. So it means in closed question, our respondent just only have two options from answering our question. And in closed question that are divided into two types, the category can be restricted to as few as two options, like nominal data, and second is ordinal data or rank. Nominal data example is yes or no, female or male. In here, our respondent would just choose between yes or no, female or male, and usually it shows when we wanna collect data to ask their information and their identity, like name, are they a student or no, are they a female or male, like that. And for ordinal data, rank involves using a continuous rating scale to measure the strength of attitudes or emotions. Example, strongly agree or neutral, or disagree or strongly disagree or unable to answer. So in here, we want to ask the respondent how they would just agree with the statement that we will give to them, and this is the option they will choose. And next, open question. Open questions allow people to express what they think in their own words. Open-ended question enable the respondent to answer in as much detail as they like in their own words. So it differs from the closed question. Meanwhile, the closed question, we already have the question that we would like to ask to them, and they will just say yes or no. But in open question, we would like to ask their opinion with their own words. Example, can you tell me how happy you feel right now? And the respondent can just say anything they want. Next, interviews. What is interview? An interview is generally a qualitative research technique which involves asking open-ended questions to converse with respondents and collect elicit data about a subject. Interviews are conducted with a sample from a population, and the key characteristic they exhibit is their conversational tone. Next, how does interview works in our research? So, An interview helps you explain, better understand, and explore research subjects, opinions, behavior, experience, phenomenon, and others. Interview questions are usually open-ended questions so that in-depth information will be collected. So in here, we talk directly to our respondent, like face-to-face, so we can collect data easily and more to understand more about their answer. Next, and those are types of interview. First is structured interview, second semi-structured interview, and third unstructured interview. Structured interviews are defined as research tools that are extremely rigid in their operations, are allow very little or no scope of prompting the participants to obtain and analyze results. It is thus also known as a standardized interview and is significantly quantitative in its approach. Questions in this interview are pre-decided according to the required detail of information. So in the structured interview, we already have the question that we will ask to the respondent that we have already decided. And next, semi-structured interview. Semi-structured interview offer a considerable amount of leeway to the researcher to probe their respondents along with maintaining basic interview structure. Even if it is a guided conversation between researchers and interviewees, an appreciable flexibility is offered to the researchers. A researcher can be assured that multiple interview rounds will not be required in the presence of structure in this type of research interview. And next, unstructured interview, also called as in-depth interviews. Unstructured interviews are usually described as conversation held with a purpose in mind to gather data about the research study. This interview have the least number of questions as they lean more towards a normal conversation but with an underlying subject. So it is more open interview in a research. Next. Third, observation. What is observation? An observation is a data collection method by which you gather knowledge of the research phenomenon through making observation of the phenomena as and when it occurs. You should aim to focus your observation on human behavior, the use of the phenomenon, on human interaction related to the phenomenon. You can also make observation on verbal or non-verbal expression. In making and documenting observations, you need to clearly differentiate your own observations from the observation provided to you by other people. Now, how does observation works? The technique qualifies as a scientific method of data collection when it is specially designed to answer a research question and is systematically planned and executed with proper controls. The versatility of the method makes it an indispensable primary source of data and a supplement to other methods. So this is the example of the observation. The researcher is a participant in an alcoholic anonymous group, and they are observing something about that group. In non-participant observation, the researcher is separated from the activity. For example, an adult in the back of the classroom observing students' test-taking skills. So observation, we came to the place and we observe how does it look like and how does it goes. Okay guys, I think that's all for the presentation today. I hope you like it and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.